Oh, hello there guys and girls. Well, welcome to a little bit of a review video. Just reviewing this, it's a cheapo, couple of quid off eBay jobby cigarette lighter to MP3 player with a built-in FM transmitter, you know, for your car. And I was going to use this for work to actually play music through the auxiliary cable, plugging into that crappy little laptop there, which has got amazing speakers on it for saying it's such a, you know, old machine. Yeah, I was going to use it to play music through that to my personal radio, which is in another room. Right, but I've just literally what the? Oh, right, okay. I've just literally got this through the post in the morning, about an hour ago, and yeah, it's an interesting little device. It's got a remote control with it, so you can you know, play, pause and whatnot. It supports SD and a couple of other interfaces. It's got a fault, however. That's never a good sound when you buy something. Now that is because when I first got this out of the packaging, I went to plug in my AUX cable and it completely disappeared. The 3.5mm jack, it's gone. So, oh, okay. I'm not sure what that slot is there. I don't know what that slot is. I don't know if it's the right size for a full-size SD card, because it's got a TF card there. Is that what they call it? TF? Micro SD card, which you can plug into the side. I'm not sure what that one is. It's got some interesting pins in there. I don't know if you can see them on the camera. Yeah, there you go. I'm not sure what slot that is. Oh, it might tell you SD, TF, MMC. Oh, right, MMC. Okay then. So, I'm going to see what's broke inside it. I know pretty much what's broke. Thankfully I can solder. I've got my my solder station currently on the floor. There. Now I've got a solder station. It's got switches and stuff stuck to it. Okay, I can use that and see if I can solder the 3.5mm jack together. If not, I will just cut this wire off and solder it directly to the board inside. But yes, just something to remember, guys and girls, basically. If you buy one of these, make sure you check it out first before you, you know, leave feedback. If you can't solder, Anyway, to get this thing apart, it looks like it's only held together with one screw, which is just there. I can't see any other screws. Well, you can see the 3.5mm jack poking its head out there. This looks like the whole thing's clipped together, so let's see what happens. I'm just going to put the camera down here. I could do with a lovely camera stand, you know, one I could, a little camera stand I could use to, you know, like what some of these professionals have, where it's above, overhead view. There's a chap called Big Clive, he's got one. Good little channel there, you might want to subscribe to him. He does some reviews on things. Interesting stuff. A little screw come out there. Okay, that thing all looks like it comes apart. This bit, I guess, unscrews. Yes, it does. To get out the fuse, and that little collar, I'm guessing, pulls off. Yes. There we go. We've got some very, very thin wires there, as you can see. And as for this part, like I say, I'm just going to get my thumbnail in there, which I've recently cut, sadly. See if I can pry it apart. There we go. Well, that was nice and easy, wasn't it? Take the circuit board out. And yeah, there we go. Oh look, it looks like it's surface mount on this device. Yeah, there you go. That's where it should fit there, here. And it's, oops, helps me put it the right way around. And it's literally just unsoldered itself from the board. Must be really bad solder. Let me just look at the camera and show you this. Alright then. So that's how it should sit on the board, and as you can see, it's literally unsoldered itself from the board. Thankfully it's not broke the pads off, but you can see how bad the soldering job was there. If I zoom in on that, you can see just there, look, on this back one, it's a really poor solder job. In fact, what I might do is I might just scratch some more of the pad off and see if I can get a better solder connection to that. Alright, let's see what happens. I will attempt to do this now. Okay, as you can see, I've now soldered that back on again. I'm actually showing this through my thing. Actually, that might not be as good idea. Ah, yeah, that's the reason why I did it. Shadows, damn shadows. But yeah, I've soldered it back on now. What I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to just get some glue and glue it to the board as well as just for, you know, a bit more, I don't know, sturdiness. Hopefully that might help prevent it from breaking off in future. Be one of those things where this thing's never going to be unplugged, it's going to be plugged in all the time. I'm also going to run some Vaseline or something inside this so it just plugs in and out smoother. You know, just to give it a little more, you know, less stress on the actual connections. To be fair, I was kind of hoping it would be through the board type solder, but it's not. It's all surface mount, and I don't like surface mount. I can't solder surface mount very well. I've done an okay job with this. I have struggled a bit because my soldering iron tip is actually bigger than the gap to get in there, so I've had to actually move the whole thing over a little bit. But hey, that's just because I've not got the right tools for the job. Got a gas-powered soldering iron somewhere, but my room's an absolute tip at the moment, so yeah, I can't find that. In terms of what this supports, I'm pretty sure it supports a, I think it's an 8 or 16 gig memory USB memory stick, and it supports a 32 gig SD card. I don't know if it supports anything higher, but yeah, I can't see any chip on it. Oh, there is an integrated chip there. I guess that's an output transistor maybe. It's a bit big for an output transistor on this thing, but I don't know what's the number on it. I can't see it. Can you see that number on there? Put the camera on its side maybe. I'll be able to read what it says. Yeah, screen's in the way. We turn the screen in. There we go, like that. Oh dear, another zoom's going crazy. Alright, can you see it? Read what that says? There you go. Can anybody out there tell me if that's an output transistor or not? For RF output transistor? I don't know if it is or not. I'd have to Google it. I'm too lazy to do that at the moment because that's not what's broke. So it looks like it's got a crystal on there for something, maybe frequency. But yeah, that is about it. A lot of surface mounted devices, some capacitors and resistors on there. Other than that, it looks to be fairly simple. You got obviously your infrared pickup there for your remote control. Actually, I've not even got this thing powered up yet. How's about that? It's broke before I even power the damn thing up. But yeah, let's put it all back together again and see what happens. Okay guys and girls, that appears to be repaired. I guess I should actually plug it in and see if it works. I've got my trusty portable jump starter here, which is it was a an own brand Maplin's one that I had given to me, but the battery's knackered, so I paid a little extra and got myself a very good brand battery, a Uasa jobby, which weighs about 3 times the amount of the battery that was in this thing originally, and it's got about 3 times the capacity, so, and it's the same physical size battery. So now this thing's good. Obviously one thing it's got is bad switches, because apparently it's only got 50% charging, but if you rock the switch it goes all over the place. But if you put the tester on the two jump starts, it reads about 12 volts, 12.4 volts. And even the light's broke. Oh no, there you go, the light does work, it's just choosy when it wants to do it. It's broken. But these are the things I'd never use anyway, so I'm not that fussed. The thing I am going to use it for is the handy cigarette lighter socket on the side. Let's plug this thing in, see if it works. So it'd be a pain in the arse if I've done all that stuff and it doesn't actually light up or do anything. I could do with a radio. Well, I've got a radio up there I can use actually. Right, okay. So we've got in. I'm not sure what in means. Guessing it means a auxiliary input. I've got an iPod over there I can use. Somehow I can make this thing turn into a radio. Press and hold the function button. Ask me what I want to do. There we go. FM, that's it, yeah. Alright, so how do we set the frequency on this thing? Oh, that's easy enough. 88.5. Tuning. 88.5. Oh. Oh yeah, this thing hasn't got an aerial plugged into it, so my bad. Well, guys and girls, this looks quite disappointing actually. I've got it plugged in via this cable here. Oh no, we have got audio. It's just dodgy. It won't be bad solder, it'll be the connections inside. But I'm using the this song called Taboo Candyland, which is a free non-copyright song. You can actually have a look at some of the stuff on here, and I've actually got the license here of what I can and cannot do. So before anybody flags this as copyright infringement, there you go. And I will give them credit in my listing as well. Good song as well. Alright, looks like I've got the thing working. Quite happy with that. So the fault turned out to be I actually glued too much, and on that particular thing, let me turn the volume down, you still get the high-pitched sound though, which is a bit annoying. That could be because I've not got a very good aerial. I don't know, you would have thought that would be more than enough to pick up transmissions from this being so close. I know it's only picowatts, but it's still a bit annoying. If I turn the volume down a bit, there we go, that's better. Yes, so in all fairness, I'd avoid it unless you know how to solder, and unless you know how to do you know, hot gluing and things like that. I'd avoid this product. It's not very good. And the feel of it, well, let's put it this way, it's very plaggy. Honestly, the buttons, they all move around. I'm not kidding you, it's a very plaggy feel. It's held together with one screw and all the plastic lugs have already broken off that hold the rest of the thing together. It wouldn't last very long if you bought it. Okay, don't get me wrong, it's cheap, but yeah, you get what you pay for, obviously. I've got another one on the way anyway, one that doesn't do all the USB stuff. It's literally just a plug-in AUX, which is what I'm after. Yeah, I don't think the range on this thing will be that great. It's literally designed to have your cigarette lighter here and your radio unit here in your car, and that's all it's got to travel to. So yeah, it probably needs a considerable amount of you know, improvements to actually, yeah, transmit a bit further. It's probably not going to work for what I want it for. Like I say, this thing's going to be in another room, and I wanted to really have it transmit into a radio that is, probably about 10 to 15 meters away. So I don't think it's going to work for that. Not only that, but the noise it makes, it's just horrendous. Now there's no sound. This is what you've got to deal with. Yeah, and it's not the connector that's causing the issues. It's just built-in noise from the actual unit itself. Very noisy. It can't be the power supply doing it because it's running from an absolute DC source. You can't get any more DC than a battery. Yeah, and there's nothing else on this particular channel as well. I've got an email. If I turn this down and yeah, if I unplug it, you get literally absolutely static because it's got nothing else on this channel. Okay, guys and girls, and this is what it sounds like if you just got a pen drive stuck in there. To be fair, the quality is not too bad. When you just got a media stick stuck in there, it's not bad at all. So yeah, for USB and SD, it's actually really good. It's just really bad with an AUX cable. Whether or not if you used a shielded AUX cable, it would be better, because this thing produces RF and it may be picking up RF on the AUX cable itself. So if you use a shielded one, it may be even better. It's very simple to use on this respect. You just pause, play, and you've got your next track, which won't work because I've already got one track on there. Still, the buttons are quite nicely in there, you know, not glued in or anything. They just float around as they do. A bit rattly, but it doesn't matter that much. There's no microphone or anything built into this, so you won't pick any rattles or up through your speakers. So yeah, as an actual MP3 player via a memory stick or SD card, it works fantastic. Just watch out when you come to the AUX cable, which is what I bought it for originally. Oh well. Anyway, guys and girls, that's it. Thanks for watching. Peace out.